good morning. You're welcome to Mom Ziba Talks. How are you doing this morning? Hope you are doing very, very well because this is what I wish for you. So if this is your first time of joining Mom Ziba Talks, I wanted to pick your cause and say this is a place where we talk about relationship issues and we navigate around health and fitness because we know that health is wealth actually. And also we talk about the bonus of business classes and a parenting perspective. You're welcome, wonderfully welcome to Mom Ziba Podcast. Okay, so if this is your first time, I want you to click on the follow button to become a follower, a sharp follower. That's what we say here. And also you can also click on the notification button so that you can get updated on new episodes for you that you are going to be learning a lot from. So today I'm going to be talking about unveiling life choices, navigating the journey, being single versus being in a relationship. It occurred to me that many people don't really know how to the difference, how it is, and how to maneuver these two different phases in a human life. And I know that definitely we are going to be talking about it. I'm going to be throwing more light on this and making sure that we'll learn a lot wonderfully from this. All right, so if you're that person, you don't really understand how you can navigate a relationship, or you're just coming from being from singlehood and you don't know how to navigate your relationship, or it has been giving you a problem sometime in your relationship because you're still acting up like the same person that you used to be before, or you've been having a lot of breakups because of this particular issue. You have this personality problem. You don't know when or what to do at a particular time in your relationship. You still feel that kind of sense as if you are single. This is the right place to be. It's the right episode for you. I know you're going to be learning a lot from this because even other people who still want to really know how it is, how the difference it is to be single and how to maneuver a relationship, you're welcome to this place because you're going to be learning a lot. This has really caused a wreck in many relationships, I must confess. I've heard from so many clients and people, they've been telling me about this issue. I think Mom Ziba has been having this personality issue, and I think that you really need to talk about this. I just nailed the point on the difference, and so we can know how to go about this. So today I'll be talking about this. It's a contradicted issue. It's something that is a wreck in some people's relationship, but I think that after talking about this today, you're going to learn a lot and thank Mom Ziba later. All right, so I told you that we are going to be talking about unveiling life choices, navigating the journey, being single versus being in a relationship. Okay, stay tuned in. Now, in a single world, singlehood is a different phase entirely of life. And also, you might have developed a lot of personality or a lot of qualities then. And being in a relationship is another different kind of phase entirely. And that is why it is very key that we really talk about this. And I know that going to the trends, we'll find out that a lot of people have really been finding it difficult to really understand the differences between these two, how to manage your personalities in these two different phases. So I'm going to be giving you certainly the comparison of how to navigate being single versus being in a relationship. Now, when you are talking about being single, what do you think should be the personality you should create, you should have? I'm going to first of all be talking about having personal growth. in this stage, you have to indulge in building yourself. You have to indulge in building a personality from yourself, and a personality that is developed, a personality that has growth. Okay, and you have to set goals for yourself, whether it's related to your career, whether it's related to your health, whether it's related to your personal aspirations, whether it's related to work, whether it's related to anything around you. You must have that key focus of making sure that there is growth in what you're doing and there is a personal development in what you're doing, because a lot of people don't have passion, don't have drive. Okay, that is why you see that if they are being in a particular phase, they see it as a problem, they see it as a regret. Okay, so I don't see singlehood as a regret. I see it as a stage that you have to be, every human have to be some certain period of their time in life, and being in this period, what is expected of you is what you make of it. Okay, so that is it. So a number 2 point I'll be talking about is independence. Okay, so enjoy your freedom of being independent. Also, when I'm being a single, I know that I have this independent kind of lifestyle. Nobody is asking me where I'm coming from. Nobody is asking me why I'm doing this. Nobody is choosing a particular job, a particular work, a particular hobby, a particular clothing for me. Nobody is choosing a particular lifestyle for me. Of course, that doesn't mean that I have to be rigid in accepting suggestions and advice from people. I can adhere to advices, okay, because I know that all these advices and positive suggestions can really help me to become a better version of me. So I'm not telling you being a single means that you have to be very, very rigid. It's a time for you to be a bit win. Okay, it's a time for you to be both flexible and a bit rigid. Yes, there's that kind of luxury of being rigid, because you feel that you are in control of everything you do. You feel you're in control of yourself. You feel you're in control of your timing and every other thing. So I think that independence is very, very important. It's something that is trending, is something that makes up a singlehood. It's something that makes singlehood spicy, unlike when you're in a relationship. Okay, we are coming to that. So another third point that I could be talking about is also socialize and connect. So when you're being a single, it's a time for you to have the free atmosphere of socialization and connection. Okay, so because I normally tell my listeners that one thing that makes us human is relationship. Imagine going to the animal world. You see them connect with each other in the zoo and all those kind of a thing. I think being a living thing, one of the common features of a living thing is connection, is relationship, is networking. All right, so spend some time with friends and family, and spend your social cycle by meeting new people every day. Okay, as a single, it's not a death sentence. It's not something for you to see as okay, I've come to the end of my world this way, or I think I should be in another step and I'm here. No, it's a time for you to enjoy the opportunity to form meaningful connections without the commitment of any romantic relationship at all. Okay, so it's a time for you to connect. And on that point I'll be giving you is explore dating. Why do I term it like exploring dating? It's a kind of exploration for me. When you're single, I think you have many people coming around you. You have new faces, new men, new women coming around you, meet every day. I think if you are open to it, explore the dating scene at your own pace, meet new people, go on new dates, and enjoy the experiences of getting to know each other without any pressure of commitment. Okay, this is fine. Okay, it's fine that you do this within that period because you're being single, you have the freedom, you have the time, you have the independence, you have the socialization kind of a map, kind of a thing, a regularity within you. So why not? It's a time for you to explore. It's a time for you to learn new things. It's a time for you to learn new things from different people. So choose some people who are coming around you. But while doing this, you have to be conscious of yourself. This is why you have to bring in the mindfulness. Okay, you don't have to be carried away within this period. You still have to be yourself and put yourself on total control. That this time is a time where you have to have discipline, personal discipline, and self-control. So, okay, that is that. And I'm going to be telling you also how to be in a relationship. Many people coming from the world of singlehood, as I said earlier on, don't really know how to. They have this kind of a syndrome, personality syndrome, problem. Okay, so how do you be in a relationship? Number one is compromise. Okay, practice compromise and flexibility in your relationship. As I was saying before, in being in a single kind of a state, in singlehood kind of kingdom, you have this kind of a spice and a feature of rigidity, at least running through from the count of 1 to 100. We'll be talking of the percentage of 60, and you know that this is a different phase entirely. Okay, you are in the phase of a singlehood then, but now you are in a relationship. Okay, so when we are coming to the phase of the relationship, we are talking about a different phase entirely, a phase that is no longer about you. It's now about you and your spouse, your partner. Put it whatever way you can digest. Okay, so you are talking about I and my partner. Okay, you are no longer thinking about yourself. Okay, you are not thinking about two. You are not considering two persons. Okay, so now I'll be telling you that in this kind of a stage, in this kind of a practice, in this kind of a relationship, in this kind of a phase, okay, you practice compromise and flexibility in your relationship. Be willing to find middle ground and make concessions to accommodate each other, okay? Preferences and needs. You don't have to be stiff anymore. You don't have to be rigid. I'm not saying that you being in a relationship makes you foolish. I'm not saying being in a relationship that you're not going to be having a little spice of rigidity. But it's going to be coming in different kind of an aspect, and this aspect is called a kind of assertive aspect, where you have to be talking about your what you want, sharing your clear boundaries with your partner in a kind of way that you people can both digest and come to a consensus. And I accept and then I agree without having to be forceful. Okay, yes, then you are applying a rigidity and you're setting clear boundaries and you are making your point. It's kind of replace this kind of stiffness in your personality as a person, as an individual. So that's why we talk about compromise. So how do you be in a relationship? Now, when you are in a relationship, you have to practice what I'll be saying, open communication. Okay, when I'm talking about this, I mean fostering opening and honest communication with your partner. Share your thoughts, your feelings, your needs openly, and actively listen to your partner's perspective. Okay, now when you were in the single kind of a phase, all right, you will agree with me that anything you're doing, if you're communicating, sometimes you are being sassy. Sometimes you don't want to really understand what another person is trying to talk about. You feel you are in control, this kind of bossy kind of attitude. Okay, and it's very, very common in a relation. It's very, very common in singlehood. Okay, it's a kind of autonomy, kind of a personality in you. But now when you are in a relationship, I think you have to be open in your communication. You have to practice active listening. And I always say this in every of my episode. If you are a follower that really listen to what I say, I tell my listeners that active listening is very, very important. Now, you are given a chance to say your own plight, to talk about your own perspective, and it's also in your own position to allow your spouse to say his or her own perspective. And I think while this is in play, you are not just listening to your partner because you want to spite him or her. You are listening to your partner because you want to get a point. You want to get to a consensus with your partner. Okay, you're not listening because you want to link the issue into a conflict. You want to get a common ground. Okay, so this is what I mean. Okay, this is what I mean when we are having an open communication and being active and listening. All right, so how do you be in a relationship? How do you be in a relationship? Okay, when you're in a relationship, there is this space and atmosphere of romance and intimacy. Keep the romance alive by expressing your affection, your appreciation, your love for your partner. I think that is why I really see Valentine's Day as being special, because I see it as a time where you have to develop and exercise your immense effort towards the love you share with your partner. I think it's a special time to really show your partner that I really, really care. Okay, I can really, really do this. I value what we share. Okay, so when you're in a relationship, it is normal that you're going to be experiencing a romance and intimacy with your partner. Okay, when I was single, I don't think that it's not a must for me to do this. When I was single, I can decide to do that with as many people I want to do with. But now you're in a relationship, it's a whole different ballgame entirely, okay? It's a time where you have to be faithful to a spouse. You have to be committed to one person. You have to be answerable to a person, and that's a partner you choose. So you're in a relationship with. Okay, so if we can really understand this kind of a context, this episode clearly, if it could be shared to a lot of persons, I think we will not be having hitches in relationship. I think we will not be having confusion in our singlehood. I think we will not be messing things up. We not have to be turning things up and down today. We are behaving as though we are alone in a relationship, or this kind of a mood, kind of a swinging thing. I think all those kind of things will not be there in a relationship. So you have that in your mind that as I'm in a relationship, it's my obligation to be intimate with my partner. It's an obligation for me to be romantic with my partner. Okay, good. So I could also be talking about this. When you are in a relationship, okay, it's a time for respect. Good. It's a time for respect. Respect your partner's boundaries, your partner's opinion, your partner's individuality. Treat them with kindness, apathy, and understanding, and value their uniqueness as a person. Okay, one thing I've seen under the sun in Africa, I'm a proud African woman. I normally say this in all my episodes. I'm gonna be talking about this. I think one thing that average African man, especially here, typically in Nigeria, normally have, that they don't know that it crushes the relationship gradually. It is man ego. I'm the man, you're the woman, and you are nowhere. This is not the ethics for a relationship. This is not the ethics of relationship. Okay? You are in the boat of a relationship. You as the man is the captain, and you have your wife as the co-captain. So when we have this, we come to this consensus, and we understand that this is how it is. There's no reckoning for that. Both, you can believe me, there's no reckoning for that. Okay, so respect your partner's boundaries. Now, when you're coming from the word and the face and the personality you built from being single, you come into the world of a relationship, you have to back with your respect. It doesn't matter how small your wife is. It doesn't matter how big or small your husband may look. I think respect is something that should be inevitable in a relationship. It's something that should be shared passively with each other. Okay, so treat your spouse with kindness, treat your spouse with apathy, treat your spouse with understanding. By so doing, it's going to bring a kind of value of uniqueness and feel within each other in your relationship. Okay, so Ultimately, friends, ultimately, whether you are single or in a relationship, it is very key, it's very paramount, it is very essential to prioritize happiness, to prioritize fulfillment, to prioritize well being. Embrace each other, embrace each step and stage of your life with positivities and self awareness and a willingness to learn and to grow. By so doing, this is my key word for you today. By so doing, I think that you will live a fulfilled life. Yes, because whether you're be single, whether you're married, you have to prioritize fulfillment. You have to prioritize your happiness. You have to prioritize your well-being. Keep on working. All desires you working. Work. No laziness. Okay, to become a better you. Thank you so much for joining me today on this podcast, Mom Ziba Talk. I'm very, very happy to have you because without you, this podcast wouldn't be going the way it is. Thank you all 2.9K players. People who keep on listening to Mom Ziba is because you love me, you love my voice. That's why you keep on tuning into Mom Ziba Talks. I'm going to be giving a special hug and thanks to the people in US. From the analytics, I see that you are following Mom Ziba Talks so much. And I believe you're learning a lot. So thank you so much. I love you. To everyone out there, those in Nigeria, thank you too. Those in Germany, thank you. This podcast is really grateful. Thank you so much. Till tomorrow again, I'll be calling because this is a daily podcast with Mom Ziba. Bye now. I love you.